So if your wallet isn't hurting from pre-ordering stuff from Nintendo's E3 presentation, there's a massive Nintendo Switch eShop sale going on right now. Nintendo said that after E3, they would have a big eShop sale, and they do have a big eShop sale. We got first-party games, we got third-party games, we got games for $5 or less at the end of the video if you're cheap like me, so make sure you stick around for that. But without any further ado, if you are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you're not missing out on videos like this. But let's talk about the games that are currently on sale on the Nintendo Switch eShop as of June 16th. This sale is going on until June 21st as well, so you have some time, but let's get into the games. So when it comes to first-party Nintendo Switch titles, we have the following games on sale for $41.99. We have The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, we have Fire Emblem Three Houses, we have Paper Mario The Origami King, we have Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, we have Pikmin 3 Deluxe as well. So if you haven't picked up any of these games and you've been interested in them, honestly, now is a good time to get them because they're first-party Nintendo games. How often do first-party Nintendo games go on sale? The answer is really never. So to get them off at about a $20 discount, I definitely think is worth checking out. I might end up checking out Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. You know, I want to get that game at like $30 though, just because I'm a complete cheap wad, and I don't know. I think $30 is good for me considering I've played the game twice, but I would like to add it to my collection. But all of those games are currently on sale for $41.99. So if you've been slacking on getting any of these, I definitely recommend checking them out now. Persona 5 Strikers is the next game we have on sale at $38.99. Now this game just came out pretty recently. It's kind of a combination of Persona and like a warrior style of gameplay, a bit like Hyrule Warriors and whatnot. It's not a game I'm super interested in. I've never gotten to the Persona franchise or anything like that, but I do know that there are a lot of people that want Persona games on the Nintendo Switch. So what better way to show that you will support Nintendo Switch versions of Persona games than to check out Persona 5 Strikers. If you've been on the fence about it, like I said, right now it is on sale for $38.99. The Witcher 3 is on sale on the Nintendo Switch for $35.99. Excellent game. If you're a fan of games like Skyrim, the Elder Scrolls games, or just big open world action adventure RPG games, The Witcher 3 does not disappoint. There's been subsequent visual upgrades to the Nintendo Switch version of the game that have been done as well. It includes all of the DLC in the game, and it's just a great game. I had never really been super familiar with the Witcher franchise before checking out The Witcher 3, even though I own The Witcher 2 on Xbox 360. But this game absolutely blew me away. I absolutely love it, and I think it's a lot of fun. There's tons of great side quests. The storytelling in the game is excellent as well. Just a fantastic game from top to bottom, and the Nintendo Switch version of this game is very impressive, and it's just $35.99. Doom Eternal is once again on sale on the Nintendo Switch for just $29.99. Definitely a game that pushes the Nintendo Switch to its limits in terms of graphics and visual styles. Definitely something that you wouldn't expect to see running on this Nintendo Switch hardware, but it runs pretty damn good. I definitely had a lot of fun playing this game. Of course, at E3, we were also introduced to the DLC that is now available on the Nintendo Switch. You can get the first DLC pack for this game. So if you pick up this game and the DLC pack, you'll be coming in at under $50. So definitely a great time to check out Doom Eternal if you haven't picked it up yet at just $29.99. Also at $29.99, we have another Bethesda game with Skyrim. And yes, if you don't own Skyrim and you own The Witcher 3, you should definitely check out Skyrim. If you already own Skyrim, then you should definitely check out The Witcher 3. If you don't own either of them, I mean, I guess try to buy both of them. Skyrim on the Nintendo Switch is definitely a great version of the game. You, of course, get that Legend of Zelda stuff put in there as well from Breath of the Wild with the Master Sword and the tunic that you can get in the game. A very fun game, a game you can sink hundreds of hours into, you know, sort of create your own world as you go along, and just a game that you could put a lot of time into. And like I said, the Nintendo Switch version of this game is excellent, so $29.99 is a good price for it. Immortals Fenyx Rising is also on sale for $29.99. I've talked a lot about this game on the channel because I really enjoyed it. If you like games like The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, or you're a fan of games like Assassin's Creed, it definitely feels like those games, but with very funny writing into it. You know, the world itself is very interesting as well. Tons of collectibles to do within the game. There's subsequent DLC if you want to extend your game even more, but at $29.99, I think this game is an absolute steal. It's a shame that this game wasn't as successful as Ubisoft wanted it to be, even though the Nintendo Switch version of the game did sell well. I feel like this is a game that's going to be like a one and done, which is a shame because I think Ubisoft could really expand upon this. But Immortals Fenyx Rising is $29.99 right now, and I definitely recommend checking it out. One of the best platformer games on the Nintendo Switch, Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time, is on sale for $29.99. Now, I made a video on this game, and I was very, very impressed with the Nintendo Switch version. I think the graphics in this game are absolutely gorgeous. Some of the levels themselves are so creative. It is a very challenging game, but I feel like it's a fair challenge. There's things like checkpoints to sort of balance you out and whatnot, and it's just a very fun game. It's a game that has a lot of variety in terms of the gameplay and the level design as well. Once again, if you're a fan of 3D platformer games, this is probably one of the best on the system, and right now Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time is $29.99. Another great platform game that was criminally underlooked was new Super Lucky's Tales on the Nintendo Switch, which is currently on sale for $20.99. Now, this game is a bit easier than something like Crash Bandicoot 4 is, but there is a lot of end game stuff that sort of increases the difficulty should you want to keep playing the game. I thought the character of Lucky himself was interesting enough. There's a lot of cool levels as well. There's like this amusement park level that I found to be just like the best level in the game because there's lots of mini games within it as well, and just very fun stuff here. It's sort of a classic 3D platformer, kind of reminds you of the N64 era, but brought into the modern age, and I think they did a really good job with this game. If you've never checked out new Super Lucky's Tales on the Nintendo Switch, it's currently on sale for $20.99, and definitely a great game for platformer fans. If you're looking for something a bit more old school, Cyber Shadow is currently on sale on the Nintendo Switch for just $17.99. And if you like those old school Ninja Gaiden games, but you want it with a bit more flair and a bit more modern graphics, Cyber Shadow is definitely the game for you. This game is very, very challenging, but once again, like Crash Bandicoot 4, I feel like the challenge is justified, and I feel like it's a fair challenge, and it's just a great sort of throwback game, but still feels modern enough to where you'll want to continue to play this game. If you're a fan of the old school Ninja Gaiden games, Cyber Shadow should already be on your Nintendo Switch, but if it's not, it's currently on sale for $17.99. The Sega Genesis Classics Collection is currently on sale for $14.99. I mean, what more can you say about this? You're getting 50 Sega Genesis games on your Nintendo Switch, great versions of the games as well. They look great, they play great, and it's $14.99. I shouldn't have to sell this game to you. You should already have owned this game like I do on multiple consoles and multiple copies with digital and physical because you're a weirdo like me. But in case you're not a weirdo like me, you are a normal, well-adjusted human individual, the Sega Genesis Classics Collection is currently on sale for $14.99. Journey to the Savage Planet is on sale for $11.99, and you know what? I really like this game. I wish this game would get a physical version of the game because I was very impressed with this game. I originally played it on the Xbox Game Pass, and then I was like, you know what? I would like to play this while I take a dump. So I ended up buying it on the Nintendo Switch, and I was pleasantly surprised. It's a very fun, sort of puzzle-based first-person shooter, very nice visual style. There's tons of colors going on that really just sort of grip you and just, you know, suck you into this world. It's a very strange world, but it's a very fun game. I think it's a game that's criminally overlooked on the Nintendo Switch as well, and right now it's on sale for $11.99. Sayonara Wild Hearts has arguably one of the best soundtracks of any game on the Nintendo Switch, of any game of all time, I'll go ahead and say. I listen to the soundtrack regularly, and it is currently on sale for $7.79. It kind of plays a bit like an endless runner. You know, you gotta hit a certain button at a certain time to do a certain prompt, and the faster you hit it, the better your score is and whatnot, but I just absolutely love this game. It's not really my style of game, but I was just so engrossed in the visual and audio style of this game that it's just amazing to me. I absolutely love the soundtrack of this game because Wild Hearts never die, Wild Hearts never die. Like, Wild Hearts never die. I own this game physically and digitally, and I highly suggest you guys check this game out if you like what you see in this trailer. And like I said, it's on sale for $7.79. If you're looking to get a little bit spooky, Outlast 2 is currently on sale for just $5.99, and this game is scary as hell. This game is way scarier than Resident Evil 8. Like Resident Evil 8, Resident Evil Village, whatever you want to call it, I definitely enjoyed the game, but I was never scared in that game. I never had a jump scare or anything. I was just kind of like, oh, you know, this is a fun horror style game. But Outlast 2 is just sheer terror. Like, you see some of the most grotesque and disgusting things in this game. Some of the writing is just completely off the wall. The story is absolutely disgusting as well, some of the things that happen in it, and you know what? I absolutely love stuff like this. I love horror, I love gore, I love violence, and this game definitely brings it. If you've never played an Outlast game before, definitely check out Outlast 2 if you want to spend $5.99. All right, so you guys have made it to the cheap portion of this list where I talk about games that are $5 or less if you want to be a cheap ass like me, because being a cheap ass is fun, and maybe you didn't want to spend that $5.99 on Outlast 2. Well, what about $4.99 for Outlast 1 plus the Whistleblower DLC known as the Outlast Bundle of Terror? Now, once again, scary as hell game, like this creature is chasing you around and you gotta hide and you got your little camera, don't run out of batteries. The story is absolutely twisted and disgusting once again. Just both Outlast games are awesome. If you have $11, buy both of these, free up some space on your memory card. I absolutely love these games. If you have to just choose one, maybe save that extra dollar to get Outlast 2. I did like Outlast 2 a little bit better than Outlast 1. I just like the setting better, but maybe that's just me personally. Either way, both of these games are scary as hell, awesome games. The Switch versions run excellent, and like I said, Outlast Bundle of Terror is available for $4.99. Next up, you want to get your retro gaming on? Well, the Castlevania and Contra collections are on sale for just $4.99 a piece. Of course, each of these games contain a bunch of Castlevania games from the back in the day, a bunch of Contra games from when Contra was still a thing, and both of these collections are very well done. I picked up both of these on day one, had a lot of fun with them. I actually picked up the physical edition of Castlevania as well. I might skip out on Contra that from limited run just because I'm not as big of a Contra fan as I am of Castlevania, but both of these collections are awesome. There's little extra stuff in the games as well that you can get, you know, behind the scenes stuff, some artwork, definitely very top tier stuff from Konami, which is crazy to say because Konami sucks in 2021, but $4.99 each will get you either the Castlevania or the Contra collection. NBA 2K21, yes, the latest version of NBA 2K is available for just $4.79, down from $59.99. Now, yes, the NBA season is quickly wrapping up. We're in the playoffs at the time of the filming of this video, but hey, if you're looking for a basketball experience on the Nintendo Switch and you got less than $5 in your pocket, you are in luck. Now, you'll have to free up quite a bit of room on your memory card to get this game, but I definitely think at $4.79, it's worth it. There have been updates since my initial version of the video that I made for NBA 2K21. They fixed some of the shot mechanics. They made it more old school for fans of NBA 2K games that have been playing for a while. And I think those improvements definitely made the game a better experience. So yeah, $4.79, even if you just play it once, I mean, that's like less than a Whopper meal from Burger King. Jam and Earl Back in the Groove is on sale for $3.74. Pretty much a reimagining of Jam and Earl 1, but I think that's a good thing. I love the humor in this game, the visual style. There's online play as well where you can play with other people. If you've never played a Jam and Earl game, this is definitely a great version to play, and considering that it's just $3.74, you're not going to be breaking the bank. If you like sort of 90s style humor and 90s style aesthetic, I think Jam and Earl is a fantastic game, and I even picked up a physical edition of this game as well because I have problems, man. I have problems. Doom 64 is currently on sale for just $2.49. If you need some more Doom, you like first-person shooters, blood, guts, demons, hell, cool stuff like that, Doom 64 will scratch that itch. This is by far the best version of Doom 64 because you can actually see things because they increase the brightness and the lighting in the game. Definitely a very fun game, a throwback first-person shooter, and it's on sale for $2.49. And the final game we're going to talk about is Submerged, available on the Nintendo Switch for $1.99. A interesting sort of puzzle platformer game with a very interesting setting. The world is submerged in water. Your brother is deadly sick and you have to find medicine in order to keep him alive. And that basically makes you go to different hide points and find this medicine. You're climbing over big buildings, trying to figure out some puzzles as well. An interesting experience. Not the most mind-blowing game, but if you're looking for something a bit more casual, a bit more relaxed, I think Submerged is a fantastic game, and at just $1.99 is definitely worth checking out. Alright, so we just covered a lot of freaking games, and honestly, this is like just the tip of the iceberg with this sale. There's over 1,000 games on sale right now. Some games that we've talked about previously, Origami, which I think is a great ninja game. The Devil May Cry games are on sale as well. But these are the games that just really stood out to me, you know, something that I could completely recommend you pick up, and I think you guys will have a great time with these games. So let me know in the comment section down below if you plan on picking up any of these games, or if you have some recommendations for other people in the comment section of games that are currently on sale right now. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. Thank you guys for your E3 support. E3 was fantastic for this channel. The views were crazy. The comments and all this stuff were crazy. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the coverage on the channel as much as I enjoyed making the coverage on the channel. And as always, guys, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.